Okay, I guess we'll go ahead and get started. I'm sure that he will hop in a bit, and he's still having some technical difficulties, but welcome to today's discussion on the pros and cons of different types of crypto. Whether you're joining us live now or catching the replay, thank you so much for your time and your attention and tuning in. Today, we're going to thoroughly explore different crypto types. We already know and love meme coins, so we're going to talk about meme coins, of course, layer one coins, altcoins, utility tokens, stable coins, and different strategies for portfolio diversification. And we're especially excited to talk about Dirty Jeeto, our uniquely community-driven meme coin that perfectly blends fun with investor education. And of course, this is an open discussion, so feel free to jump in and ask any questions or add value to the conversation at any time. So I guess let's dive right in. Does anyone have any questions up front that we want to address or things that you're particularly curious about?
I have a question. How do you spot a wallet that is like just running the chart up like that you know it's not a real wallet. I don't know if you know what I mean.
Well, um, does anybody else want to take that question? Usually, what I look for is if it's just somebody who's come in and there's been a big buy, you can normally see those on like that happen immediately after or immediately before a KOL call and things like that. You know that someone is buying a big bag because they're going to try to pump a chart. And usually, if you watch for those signs and you can see them, you can pretty much be sure that there's going to be a big pump and then another dump. Um, but you kind of watch those, and if somebody's accumulating a high percentage of a low value coin, then you just kind of keep your eyes on those. And unfortunately, in the meme coin space specifically, that's just the risk. These are high risk, high reward plays. So if you learn to watch for those kind of things, then you'll be able to start to identify them better, and you can get in and get out before the dump, and then buy back in on the dip is how I usually work those.
Thank you.
All right, so why don't we start with our favorite meme coins? That's why everybody is in the space. That's what's popular. That's where everybody's trying to hit big. So, of course, just to state the obvious, meme coins are typically inspired by internet trends. They combine entertainment with investment opportunities, and sometimes they can be known to explode. We all know Dogecoin. All know Shiba Inu's rapid rise, and it just kind of shows how once something catches fire and there's a lot of community behind it, these things can go viral. So, some of the pros of meme coin investing is that you can have highly engaged communities, which help create that viral growth. There's ease of entry for those who don't have big wallets that don't want to put a great deal of money that in order to try to get small percentage gains. There's the ease of entry. You can put a little money and you can have very impressive gains on that. And it offers fun, and it's an accessible introduction to crypto investing. However, of course, with those pros, you always have the cons. So cons are they are extremely volatile and can lead to sudden and significant losses. So you have to be really careful. You have to develop your strategy. In our previous spaces, we've talked about making sure you take out your initials. That way, you're not gambling and you can have some security in the fact that you're not losing a lot of money because you've already taken out your initials. Um, Normally, meme coins have little practical use beyond speculation. They are super high risk of market manipulation. And I know we've all seen the pump and dumps and rugs. So those are things to look out for. Those are definitely the cons of meme coins. Now, of course, we are here hosting for Dirty Jeeto. Yes, we are a meme coin, but we do stand apart by combining the excitement of meme coin investing with the authentic commitment to investor education. We're going to be holding these spaces every day. Whether we have 2 listeners or 1,000 listeners, we're going to do the same thing. We're all about our community and we want to have fun together. We want to grow together. We want to help you be responsible. We want to help you learn to navigate this market because it is scary and exciting all at the same time. For those of you who tuned in yesterday and we talked about emotions, you do have to keep your emotions in check when you're dealing with meme coins because it's very, very easy to get caught up in that hype. And a lot of meme coin investors don't even want to look twice at a coin like Dirty Jeeto. But what we're doing is we're building a stable foundation, and it's going to be a slow growth. But once it catches on and people see that we're here to stay, and this is not like most meme coins in the space, then we will see that growth. So make sure you're paying attention to that. And if you want to just come in and hang out and listen before you invest, do that. Get to know us, and we will continue to grow. We will engage with you. We welcome your suggestions. We want you to be a part of our community. So, with that said, does anyone have anything they want to add about meme coins? Something I may have forgotten?
All right. Well, I just want to thank everybody for having this opportunity to share and to educate one another on what's going on. Yeah, I think that Shiba Inu, what made that so popular was the fact that there was a very transparent community. There was multiple developers on the project. There was a bunch of different people that had got together and they were honest and upfront with everything. It made the people feel like it was more fair, that they were actually working on an equalized playing field, and it made them feel like they were part of something that was which that was sovereign, that was untouchable by whatever you want to call the big bank corporations. Some people call them a cabal or whatever. But as far as it goes, that's one of the things that's really powerful with the good meme coin is that it's very obviously community driven.
I could not agree more. Anyone else? I guess I should take the time to introduce my co host that is here, Mr. Sir. He is a valuable part of the Jeeto community. We love him very much, and he always has valuable information to share, and you guys can learn a lot from him.
Yeah, it's an honor to be here. Thank you for having me, and I'm just humbled to be with everybody else. It means a lot.
Okay, well, let's move on to layer one coins. Obviously, those are the OG of the crypto space. Their pros are, well, what they are is the backbone of blockchain chain technology, supported by the decentralized applications and the other crypto surrounding them. The pros are that they are strong, stable, they have a good infrastructure, they are reliable for long-term growth. They do still experience a great deal of volatility, but if you look at the long-term growth curve, you can win over time. So you don't want to invest in those and try to get in and get out because the value there is DCAing in and investing over the long term. Um, you have the high security and while still getting the decentralization, and they have broad institutional acceptance and support. Now, the cons behind these layer one tokens are that there's potential scalability issues leading to higher fees and slower transactions. And there's a lot of regulatory scrutiny due to widespread use and visibility. So, anybody in here that has been investing in Bitcoin from the beginning? Any late runners? I know I was a late runner. I'm very new to the crypto game, so I'm building my bags and diversifying my portfolio now. But anybody in here been experimenting in crypto for years?
I know we got a few people that were requesting to speak. I just unmuted their mic so that they should be able to speak if they'd like now. As far as getting into Bitcoin early, I did not do that. I did play around in stocks a little bit, and then was able to transfer some of the knowledge that I learned from stocks over to crypto. Um, I think the altcoin season, the altcoins that we're working with are really beautiful because one of the things that with Bitcoin being the OG, right, the first cryptocurrency, an altcoin is anything that's not Bitcoin that is still a cryptocurrency, and those kind of got created because with the exclusivity of Bitcoin itself, they were able to drastically dip the price and only because of due diligence with we had some strong holders that didn't falter in the game where we actually able to continue that rise, and they tried to dip that Bitcoin multiple times, 3 4 different times before we actually were able to open different altcoins that were a little more untouchable by these big bank corporations that do exactly what Moon was saying about manipulating these charts, and they're going to keep trying, but as long as we keep doing what we're doing, we're going to make it through this. Late night, you should be able to speak if you'd like to now, my brother.
Coin for and hold it on to just me or
Is it just me, or are we getting robot sounds?
There's a robot.
Yeah, I can't hear that.
Okay, while we wait on that mic situation to get finished, fixed, whenever you get that corrected, feel free to jump back in. Let's move on to the next person. Anybody else want to add anything about the layer one coins and their experience?
Nope, just full ETH maxi before I came to Solana. Just did that. I didn't believe in Bitcoin, so I just did straight ETH before I came over here.
That was absolutely a good play. I got into ETH relatively early, so that was certainly a nice rise.
Yeah, for sure. I thought Solana was a scam at first, so I never, as going forward, I never, thought I'd ever come over here. But
Well, some would argue that it still is, but I think it's still got a lot more room to grow. So I've got that as part of my long portfolio.
yeah, for sure. But here now, it's all that matters, and yeah, you can't beat the the fees compared to definitely gas
Oh
fees on the other
no,
side. So that was
for
another reason.
sure.
But yeah, yeah, Pepe kept me on that side. But let's get it, Jeeto, baby.
Yeah, thank you. We want Jito to stand apart from the rest of the shitcoin meme coin space, which is why we're doing this. Thank you for the shout out.
Yeah, thanks, brother.
So I guess let's move on to utility tokens. Um, those power specific blockchain ecosystems, facilitating operations and incentivizing community participation. The pros we have on utility tokens are that they have a practical real world usage within the blockchain ecosystem. So when that real world usage gets some attention and starts to take off and has some value, then so do the coins related to them. There are opportunities for staking and passive income that go along with a lot of the utility tokens. And they can be stable for long-term growth, especially linked with the platform that they represent and its adoption. Um, of course, that also the flip side of that coin is that the platform-specific dependence and regulatory uncertainty. So if something goes on with the launch of that platform, then so goes the coin. If there's regulations that come in that stop that platform in their tracks, then so goes the coin. So you just got to be careful and watch out for that. And regardless of what you're investing in, know that you should invest responsibly and, like we say, de-risk. Do and never invest more than you're willing to lose, because with cryptocurrency, it is still a highly volatile market. So, any good luck with any of these utility coins that you guys have invested in?
I'm just right here, son. Yeah, most definitely. I was like our brother that spoke up earlier. I didn't get into Bitcoin at all. I got into Ethereum first, and then I moved over to Solana. But Ethereum was just eating me up in gas prices. But there were certain Ethereum exclusive coins that I really liked. So I started moving to a layer 2 blockchain using the base network Ethereum, which will do penny swaps. And so I'm still definitely in love with the Ethereum network because it's not Ethereum network, but the Ethereum coin, because of the base. Base is kind of what I think might have saved Ethereum in some ways.
I haven't done much with Base. When I first started trading crypto outside of the big boys, I was doing it on crypto.com and I grabbed some Toshi, but I think it was pretty much at its peak. But that's the limit of my Base knowledge. I do want to get back into it a little more. Um, is there any specific platform that you would tell me to go to?
Yeah, so Base Network was actually created by Coinbase. So you can get a Base coin through Coinbase or any other thing, but Aerodrum is what it's actually called. Aerodrum is what kind of helped create the Base network. But you can actually purchase Base coins. I usually get mine just right there on Moonbase or MoonPay, and yeah, it'll allow you to do, like, if you're swapping for Onyx coin, for example, you're gonna end up paying close to $2 to swap $100 worth of Ethereum into Onyx. But if you use the base Ethereum, you're able to get the same Onyx coin. It'll be a base Onyx coin, but that base Onyx coin you'll be able to swap over for 3 or 4 cents. I mean, it's like hundreds of percentages down. It's still the same coin, but it's just an added layer 2 blockchain, which it makes it much faster for transactions. And yeah, it just saves you on gas fees exponentially.
Well, thank you for that. Anyone else have anything they want to input?
Yeah, what I was discussing earlier a while back. Um, you can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay,
Yeah, we get you, bro.
copy that. Yeah, so a utility token that I use, well as the protocol, is for swapping. It's on Solana, is Pond 0x. And basically, by swapping on the exchange, you get rewarded. There's not really, as far as DeFi and stuff like that, or even sexes that pay you to use it in rewards. So now, as far as getting rewards, it's not guaranteed you're going to get one every single swap, but all of us in the community have been getting paid bigly. Um, Also, too, the utility token is called W Pawn. It's wrap pawned, so you can mine the token and you'll get drops, more swaps, more drops. Um, but the users are king. You know, you look at all these other, even on what is this Phantom? How we swap that on there, or whatever. We're not getting anything out of that. All of these Dirty Jeeto swaps I do when I'm buying them or et cetera, I use it on that website and get compensated for that. Um, I'm very big in utility, love it. Um, you guys are more than welcome to use it if you want, just for swapping uh, anything, maybe buying more Jeeto. Um, check it out, Pawn Zero X. I'll put it at the bottom of the thing. But yeah, Pawn Zero X.
Yeah, thanks for that. Thank you.
Absolutely. Maybe you can take the time to drop it in the chat as we keep moving, because I'm sure that all of our listeners will want to look into that.
Bitches, we're pumping.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Hi,
We are
Blockleaf.
pumping.
What's up? What's up?
Blockleaf is a new member of our community that we know is only going to add more and more value over time. We have so far talked about meme coins and utility coins uh, and sorry, I can't even remember what the other one was we covered so far. We haven't gotten to.
BDSM, I think. Nobody
So,
found that
I'm
funny.
sorry, altcoins, different altcoins, meme coins, and the OGs, of course, layer one coins. So, can you talk a little bit about your experience and give our listeners some information that's useful on any of those categories, pros and cons?
Were you referring to me?
Yes, yes.
Uh, I don't know. I mean, I could ramble forever. You know, I mean, I've been doing it for 8 years. Started with a Coinbase account and buying stuff like, Ethereum and Solana and Render and Bitcoins like that. And just watching the little swings and learning that way and doing their little challenges and learning more about coins, and then keep seeing all over Twitter, not your keys, not your crypto, about self custody wallets. So I got a MetaMask wallet back in like 2017, 16, and decided to start trading coins on my own. And the very first one I did, I actually sent all my money, swapped all my money to the contract address. So I lost every penny, and just learned, like I said, every bit of my crypto journey has been trial by error and learning by fucking something up. And so I sent the money to the contract address, lost it all, and couldn't understand why it wasn't going up. And then the next one I bought ended up just going up like crazy. It was called Zoracles, like back in the day, and I just couldn't believe watching the money just go from like 800 to 1900 to 2900 to 3400 to just up. It was crazy. So that was kind of my introduction to self custody crypto, and since then I've just been networking and talking to people and getting involved with different coins and try not to get involved with or speak up on too much unless I plan to invest some time into it. So that's kind of my background. And then for the last 5 years, it's been grinding it out, through the bear markets and launching coins and trying to build communities and the whole 9 yards.
Yesterday's discussion was on. It was called Fuck Your Feelings. This is crypto. We talked about how moving emotionally can make you make bad mistakes. And in one of my first experiences, I thought that someone was thought that my devices were compromised and someone was trying to drain my wallets, and I was very paranoid, and I tried to move one of my biggest holdings to a different fresh wallet, and everything except for the very last letter I capitalized instead of made lowercase. And so that will forever sit in as one of my watch wallets called Hard Lessons. So it's very easy to make a mistake when you're moving too fast, and I think we all probably have those stories that make us go, ugh. So thank you very much for sharing that, and we love the fact that you did come in and join the community. We really want to show you that we are here to stay, and hope you are as well. So, Highlight Night, I saw that you requested to speak. Would you like to say something?
Yeah, if my service allows me, Jesus Christ.
We can hear you now.
Yep,
All
we
right,
can hear you
good.
now, brother. We got you.
Now, what I was trying to say earlier is that I used to be really big on those Layer 1 coins. Those were like my pride and joy. But, sometimes life tends to steer you in different directions. That's why it's never good to really play with your money emotionally. But I really think that those layer one coins are definitely good for the long term, as you said. So if you're looking for somewhere to drop some money and you don't really trust any banks or anything like that, me personally, I would like to. I liked investing in Ethereum. I liked investing in H bar, XRP, Jasmy, all of that. It's good because, like you said, it's long term, and then one day you're just gonna look back and all your money's gonna be quadrupled for no reason.
That is true. And you have to kind of set those and forget them and let them grow, because you don't want to fall victim to the FOMO. You don't want to fall victim to the panic sales. I think the best strategy on those are just to DCA in and not constantly watch the charts, because especially if they have a stable growth history.
Oh yeah, especially like Ethereum, they have the staking process where you could take a lot of your Ethereum, or you could take all of it or some of it, you could stake it, and they'll throw you rewards every once in a while. So I was very big on Ethereum for a while. I've seen it back when it was like $600, and then a year later it's like fucking $3,000, $4,000. I'm just like, you know what? I should have never sold any little bit.
Yo, the craziest thing, just a few months back, my friend, who I've known in the space for a while, he decided to launch a coin on XRPL, which is the XRP ledger, and I've always sort of thought of XRP as like the caveman chain that like nobody really touches except they've been holding since 2015, and so I shied away from it. And he said he was launching this meme coin Pepe on XRPL, and he wanted my support, and I've always supported him. He always supports me. If I launch a coin, he'll ape in 3-4 grand. So I said, yeah, you got it, bro. Just tell me how to bridge, tell me what wallet to use, whatnot. And so I did it, and when I did it, XRP was at like 51 cents a piece. And this was only like, I don't know, just a few months, maybe 4 months ago. And XRP was at 50 cents a piece. And within a couple months of him launching that, XRP went to like $2.75 a piece. And I was like, God damn, I was so glad that I bridged over to that chain and did that. And I wouldn't have had done it except for him telling me, that he was launching a coin and wanted my support. So other than that, I would have said XRP, if you're in XRP, you're gay. I'm not buying it. And stayed out of it. But he got me in, and I was so glad, bro. So H bar, come here, buddy. Come here. H bar is another one of those chains, and multi-chaining is crucial. You got to go where the money's at, man. And Solana memes are good right now, but it's hit or miss, and the money is popping on like Hyperliquid and some other places right now.
I often look at Solana as more of like a quick gambling thing, and all those layer one tokens are definitely like ones that you don't even want to touch. You just want to leave it there.
Yeah, and I'm definitely interested in having the opportunity to pick your brain more on some of those things, because I would like to be able to be more diversified as far as the different chains. So, I have the big ones and I have the small ones, but I definitely want to dabble all in the middle as well, because I think this is the future. I think this is where we're going. I know everybody's waiting for this bull market, but there are smart investments to be made. You just have to do your own research. You have to make sure that you trust your sources because you can definitely lose a lot of money. But yeah, I definitely appreciate that input, and I'm going to look into all of those that you mentioned. So please keep them coming going forward.
Well, check it out. A lot of them are very easy to use, very easy to onboard, very easy, very user friendly. Like Sui, Sui has a really good wallet that's easy to use. Ton blockchain, same thing, very easy to onboard. And you can go on Dex Screener, and Dex Screener supports these different chains and check out the different tokens that are on there, just like you can of the Solana tokens, and do your own research on the holder count, on the all-time high, on the current market cap, on the volume, on what the volume was 4 days ago, what the volume is today. Look at the holder count, make sure you can't get fucked over quick, and do your own research on it, and just check it out. It's a lot of these chains are very easy to use, and there's a lot less jittery, and the fees for trading are almost the same as Solana. It's like fractions of a penny.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed that market dipped. I think it was last week where Bitcoin hit probably like 74,000. Yeah, that would have been a good time to like transfer some funds from your Solana wallet into the Bitcoin or one of those other layer one chains.
I think that is an excellent transition into the last type we want to talk about, the stable coins, because um, obviously when you're holding Solana and you're seeing these big dips and big gains, sometimes you don't necessarily, if you bought it low or bought it high, you don't want to hold on to it while it's going down that big dip. So stable coins, you have the ability to kind of hold on to your value by swapping it out for USDC or USDT, and that those really don't have any volatility whatsoever. They're tied to the US dollar. um, they are pegged as cryptocurrency, but it kind of keeps your money safe. You don't have any room for growth, but you don't have any room for loss. So the perfect example that I can give from my experience with that is the other day when Solana was down at 128. I had all of my Solana that I had already purchased in USDT, but I swapped that back into Solana, and I didn't catch it at 128. I actually caught it like 141, but I was looking at it at 128 and wish I would have. But some people did, I guess you would say, ape into Solana at that point, and then it went up to 175. And at that point, you could have swapped it back out to your stable coin, and so you can buy the dip and sell the clip on things like that as well, just by swapping into something that's more stable and more uh, equivalent to the US dollar, that's not going to have a lot of or any volatility. So you can make money using that as a trading strategy as well. um, I want to back up a little bit. I know you came in, Buckley, a little bit later, and we were talking about meme coins earlier, uh, and talking about their risk, high reward nature. When you are looking at meme coins, I know you look at community. We already know that, but what are some other indicators you could tell our listeners about that you look for to kind of keep an eye out for rugs and the high red flag risks? Go
Hey,
ahead,
sorry,
EJ.
sorry. One
Oh, no,
second.
go ahead.
I was opening a long trade. I had to let it get through. Fucking Solana driving me crazy today. But I look at holder count. Holder count is huge to me. Holder count. You can go to Holder Scan on Twitter and scan any coin on Holder Scan and look at their holder count over a month, over 14 days, over 7 days, over 1 day, over an hour, and look at their adding of holders or losing of holders. And I look at that as a big indicator. As how much volatility is in the coin. The more holders that get added, the faster the less volatility is going to be in the coin. Whether it's pumping or dumping like crazy, that's probably one of my biggest metrics to look at. And then I look at the all time high of what they hit when they first pumped off, and then I look at where they're at now, and I look at the volume, and I look at the volume change over days. So if the volume was really high 3 days ago and it's really low today, that's not a good indication. And if the volume was, steady 3 days ago and it's steady today, that's good. And if it's going up, that's even better. So, there's several different things to look at, but and then, yeah, you check out the community, but a lot of the community, most of the people that are the loudest in the Telegram, talking and this and that, if they're not part of the team, they're usually in there just like trolling and being an ass, or you know, not helping basically, unless they're in there really rating. And so Telegram can be a cancer for meme coins when you get people in there just being able to say whatever they want to say, and they might hold $100 in it, and they're like, "Why is price going down?" So, I just try to look at the metrics. A lot of time, I don't even join a Telegram. I just trade the chart and the metrics, and those are things I look at.
Thank you for that. And yes, we have definitely had our experience with TG FUD. So we know it exists. We know it's out there. At Dirty Jeeto, we try to keep it positive. We try to welcome everyone. We don't go on a banning mission just because you have an opposing opinion. If you're willing to come in and have a respectful conversation, we're willing to answer your hard questions and face you head on. So, but then if you come in there like believe Blockleaf said, and acting like a fool and just trolling, yeah, your time will be limited, but we try to keep it under control. Hi, Smart Money, I see that you joined us today. Thank you for joining us. How are you? You just joined as a listener, and that's fine too. Um, so I guess the next thing that we have on the agenda to talk about is portfolio diversification. Um, I just kind of did a search, and what a lot of the experts say is an intelligent portfolio diversification strategy. Once I say this, I'm interested to see if you guys agree, if you disagree, what you would do differently. So basically, what I came across said that obviously you want a stable foundation. So if in your crypto portfolio, 40% of a Bitcoin or an equivalent coin is good to have, one that shows long term growth over history, 20% in layer one coins or technological assets, 15% in altcoins with innovation and targeted investments, 10% in stablecoins for liquidity and security, 10% in utility tokens, growth tied to real world applications, and only 5% in meme coins, the high risk, high rewards with and of course, Dirty Jeeto stands out with those. So if you have your 5% in there, you still want to diversify, but you want to look for things that stand out that are not like the typical pump and dump. And that's what we're trying to do here. So
Excuse me, may I interrupt for just a second?
go ahead.
I am more of the opinion of putting 100% of my portfolio, my mortgage, and my wedding ring at the pawn shop in something called like Harry Potter, Obama, butthole dot syndrome, autism. So that's where I'm at today, and it's paid off really well.
So you put 100% of your crypto portfolio in meme coins?
You goddamn right. I just put
Oh,
10K in Harambe last night because it's at 4 million, man. And not to show another coin, but look, Harambe is gonna come back. It's one of those. It's a classic. It's gonna come back. It's gonna hit 10 million. And if I have the ability, the capital ability, and the time to wait for that 10 grand to turn into to 25 grand and then cash out, why not? It's at 4. It's going to hit 10. I know it's going to hit 10. It's probably going to go to 25 or higher, but I'm happy with 10 and set targets like that. And if you do it like that, it can be your living.
Yeah, and we don't have a problem around here with you shilling other tokens as long as it is not something that is your token that you're just trying to get exit liquidity from, because we do want our listeners to be able to hear valuable things and other plays they can make. Obviously, we would be hypocrites if we preached diversification and said only buy Dirty Jeeto, so that's not a problem at all. But just so everybody else understands, Blockleaf has a very, very high risk tolerance. He's high risk, high reward, and it pays off for him. But I'm sure he's also developed the strategies that he knows how not to, like we talked about yesterday, be emotional, how to do his own research, how to set those strategies and stick to him. He just gave one example as with Harambe, but
Yeah, he's also a
yeah,
frequent visitor to the psych ward, so don't worry about Blockleaf's investment strategies. He's just talking.
Okay, but yeah, do your own research and I mean there's a lot of people who agree with you because there is such high reward and you know, you can put money in 10 plays and if only one of those takes off, you've made all of your money back. So, that's absolutely a strategy and if it works for you, more power to you. So,
It's not a
anybody
it's
else?
not a flex or anything in any way because I lose this much just as often, but I can make 20K in 4 days, and then I can lose, and my portfolio can be down 30. You know, just happens all the time. It's so crazy how we look at the numbers now. Like we look at them in Ethereum or in Solana. Like, oh, I have 4 ETH or 53 Sol or something like that. We don't look at it in the dollar value of what it is in real life, of what it can do for us, what it can pay for us, what it can buy for us. We look at it in these crypto terms, and it's almost just like imaginary money. It gets kind of
Yep.
crazy, and you just frivolously throw in 50 soul into a coin. And it's like, bro, would you put, 8.5 grand into something in your real life just like that? No, you wouldn't. So it's a funny way that we do this thing now, but it's, if it works for you, it works for you.
No, I agree with you 100%. And in I think in the head of most retail investors, you don't make that conversion from dollar to soul. If you've invested and started investing, let's say with 1 or 2 soul, and you hit big and now have 50 or 60 soul, you're not losing anything. So a lot of people will just gamble that away. One of the strategies that someone gave me when I first started was they take 5 Sol every month, and that's where they start. And at the end of the month, they cash out their winnings to a cold wallet, and they start every month over with 5 Sol. That is a conservative way to engage in the kind of activity that Blockleaf's talking about because you know that at least you have banked all of those big winnings and you're not going to gamble it all away. So that's kind of the strategy I take when I'm investing in meme coins. I have exactly what I want to spend for the month. Once I make so much, I move it out and I start with something else. And that also encourages you to learn how to build up from just a little bit too. So I'm definitely not going to take everything I've made and dump it all into one meme coin, but that's a little scary for me.
I try to send $300 in profit a day to the bank. So whether that means taking it from one coin that's really pumped, or taking $50 from 6 coins, just trimming a small bit and sending it to the bank. If I do that every day, that's how I've been able to not work a 9 to 5 for the last 9 months. I do that every day. That's almost 100 grand a year. And if I'm responsible with spending that and not sending money back from the bank to crypto, then it all works out great. So as long as you're self-disciplined and if you treat this like a job, you can really make it work. And it's not that hard just to send $300 a day to the bank, really. If you think about it, you don't have to start with that much. Just get a successful coin and go from there, and be smart about it, and do diversify, and don't be crazy like me and put it all in one coin, but diversify and be smart about what you're doing, and you can really make this work for you, man. It really can. Just learn how to take profit and be self-disciplined.
I agree with that 100%. That is my daily goal. My daily goal is to have a profit of $300 to $500. I'm in the very early stages of trying to get out of corporate America. I don't want to go to someone's box that have to play all these political office games anymore. So that's why I am so conservative. I'm sure once I get more successful at it like you have, I will be a little bit more risky, but that's I still share the same goal as you. My goal is to make $300 to $500 a day, and doing that on a consistent basis. Then I can know that I don't have to go to work for somebody else again once I get that consistent. So I do agree with you there.
All you need is one good win. I'm telling you. If you put 5 SOL into a coin at, let's say, 150K, and that thing just rips to like 9 million, and you hold the whole way, and then you clip your way out 100K coins at a time, and then you redistribute that into smart investments. Some of them will win, some of them will lose. You will make a lot of money if you end up having something like 15 to 20K in one coin. All it has to do is go up 1% in a day, and you trim that off, send it to the bank, and you made your 300 for the day, and your bag stays the same. So all you have to do is make it on one good play, guys, and one good play, and that can sustain you as long as you know how to continue bringing that money into the bank.
I'm going to use this moment for a shameless plug. Dirty Jeeto is a great play right now, and you're not going to get it at this discount any longer. We obviously have very smart people coming in, recognizing our community, taking a look at it, that are willing to put their money where their mouth is and share it. So if you have not aped in yet, you should. So it is a meme coin, and do your own research. This is not financial advice, but we're here to stay, and we're going to continue growing, and we're going to continue educating the community as we go. So, anyone else want to chime in on the portfolio diversification? How do you guys set up your portfolios?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So I most definitely agree a lot with Blockleave on looking at your holders of the coin, seeing how many people are in the coin. Also looking at the volume. I know we talked about that a bit yesterday. Oh God, help us! I'm shutting down. I love you guys. God.
Well, it sounded like they had oh, he must have lost battery. Okay.
I think he might have got attacked by aliens. We should probably bought his house.
Yeah, it sounded like those little aliens were running around. How about you, EJ?
I one myself, if you hear him.
Yes, we heard him as well. It's fine. We all have real lives, and crypto has to work around those.
Yeah, man, real life comes first. That's what's on my profile on X. It says DeFi will take over your life if you let it. Don't let it, because I've let it before, to the point where I felt like I was neglecting my children. I have 3 kids, 2 girls, 7 and 8, and then a little boy, a year and a half. And I got to the point where I felt like I was walking around staring at my phone so much that I was actually like neglecting what my kids needed. And I was like, man, can let actual DeFi take over your life, bro. You got to put first thing first, and for sure, putting family first is important, and that's what's important about community. You want to be able to come together and talk about something other than just the token. The token's important, but the people are more important. So.
That is absolutely true. And I think that is the perfect time for us to segue into our next part, which I don't know how much we want Blockleaf to speak up on this based on what we've already heard, but it's risk management. So, because our families come first, and because they are what matter, and we have to be able to pay the bills and not gamble away college savings or light bills or mortgages, we do want to make sure we have a good risk management, and we do want to understand what our risk tolerance is. If if you're approaching retirement or you're trying to retire and make money on it, you might want to start out a little less risky and then wait until you have some of those big wins we talked about to up your risk management. But ultimately, you have to have a defined risk to reward ratio strategies. What that means is if you go into a coin, you say, okay, I'm willing to lose 50% of this investment in order to gain 3x. And if you identify those type of strategies up front, that will help you to avoid the hype buys and the FOMO, because you know, here's what I'm doing. If this coin does not go down, if I don't lose 50% of this, I'm not getting out, regardless of how volatile it is. And then if you have your take profits and your limit set for a certain amount to take a percentage of the profit and get your initials out once it gets up to a certain level that you've identified, then if you identify those strategies, you're going to win more than you lose, and you'll start to be able to notice the trends and the metrics and what works for you, and just make sure your risk management is in check. You know what you are capable of handling. You know that if you put this much into a coin, it's not going to cause any trauma in your personal life, and then it's only up from there. So just make sure your investment experience and outcomes are fostered by informed decision making. So anybody else want to talk about risk management?
This is full port Dirty Jeeto was the translation for all that, for all that. Everything she just said. What she meant was full port Dirty Jeeto right now. This is financial advice from Blockleaf.
Well, at Dirty Jeeto, we definitely have a strong foundation, and our core members holding the floor have proven to have diamond hands, because Dirty Jeeto at its all-time high was 300K, and the ones that are still there have not sold. So
Sell everything
I
you
can't
have.
say that's bad risk
Sell,
management.
sell everything you have except Dirty Jeeto and buy Dirty Jeeto with all that money. Right.
Shameless plug there. I'm down with it. That's bullish as fuck, guys. So, if nobody else has anything else to add, I guess we can go ahead and close this up. We're approaching our hour. Anybody else want to give any insight or experience or more shameless Dirty Jeeto plugs for us?
When we hit 100 million, I'm gonna need you to delete this recording, please. Because
Absolutely.
thank you.
Okay, so in closing, everyone who's listening and everyone who will listen later, we've explored diverse crypto types and how to strategically diversify your investments. Of course, remember Dirty Jeeto is not just a meme coin. We have a vibrant community that's dedicated to making crypto investing accessible, educational, and enjoyable for all. So come check us out in the VC. We're hanging out there every day. We will be there for as long as I can speak, and we have many community members that hang out with us, and we party and we talk about good plays and we talk about education. So come hang out with us whenever you want. VC is open 24/7, and we definitely look forward to having